I used to chase success until I had my third child and everything changed. It changed for the better. It was a change that I needed to make. I am a product of the hustle culture. I was doing too much to actually enjoy motherhood. Society constantly talks down about motherhood, how it's a burden, and I never heard anything positive about motherhood until I surrendered. While my family and my children were always my number one priority, I was always calling my business my first baby, my love, my priority, my everything. And I realize now that was because I was making clients happy and I was hearing how happy they were, and it made me happy. It was that love for that. While I still love my business and I still work in my business, it's just not my number one priority anymore. I'm not constantly posting stories and I'm not constantly on my phone. Once I surrendered to motherhood, I was able to see the positive parts of being a mom and able to enjoy it and stop comparing myself to others. Even though it was after my third, I decided to surrender to motherhood and slow down. I also think a big decision of homeschooling my kids was a huge surrender as well. Always said, I'll never homeschool my kids. I could never do that. I could never be with them 24/7. And here I am. I feel like I was making the right choices for having my kids in school at first. We started with public and then we went to a private Catholic school. Same issues were at a Catholic school that I was seeing in a public school. While I was trying to get my kids away from that, it was a hefty penny to still pay for the same exact issues that I was having in public school. My kids was having a lot of trouble. We expected the school to handle it, when in reality, I needed to break down the issues and figure out what would work for him better. And we did find a better solution. It is so rewarding to see him reading and actually enjoying it and having fun reading and bringing out books and saying, can I read this for a bedtime story? It is so rewarding. Surrendering to motherhood has now brought me so much joy and compassion for my family. It's not always easy to say, but I have learned so much from having my kids home with me 24/7 that it's actually making me a better mom, because now I can understand them better and I know what their triggers are or why they're tired or why they're hungry. I just know now because they are with me all the time. Work will always be there. It's not in my business. I'll work at Target stocking the shelves. It's not working from home on the computer. There's always going to be some type of job out there for me. Being there for my kids, it goes by so fast and we'll never get that time back. I even said to my mother a few weeks ago, when we are on our deathbed, our coworkers and colleagues are not going to be on our deathbed holding our hand. It's going to be our family. And I don't want to regret spending more time at work or in my business than with my family. So surrendering to motherhood was the best decision I ever made. And I highly encourage anyone that is feeling really torn between a career and motherhood and climbing that career ladder. I was there. I wanted to be at the top. And it is just not the same as being an amazing and attentive and loving mom.